Okay. Let's see. Should we have some background music? Perchance. And then I'd like to see if we can start this widget here. Is this the one? It's nothing more than that. Okay, let's see. Let's do something like this. Everything is running. That's cool. Yes, so we have another. We should add another chat window. Hey, Yentel. How are you doing? Welcome to the scary vibes. Drinking my cup of tea. Let's see. I want to start to include another chat window as well. So I'm trying to figure out how you do that. Is it like this? Yeah, likewise. It's been some time. You've just added a web source. Is it like so? And then I suppose that's how you do it. It's this one. So I'm trying to add like a source for the let's see, for the Discord chat. So if I write in the Discord stream channel right now, this, I say hello world. Yep, it pops up here. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So that means even if you write in the YouTube channel, in the YouTube chat, or if you write inside of the Discord chat, you can see that inside there, which is pretty handy, I think. Hey, Foxy, how are you doing? Good to see you. It's been some time. Let's see what we have. We can play some cool. Let's do the Donkey Kong Bonanza soundtrack. I haven't listened to it, so I would love to play this game, but I don't have the newest console. Good to see you. So today I just wanted to try this new chat function with having like an OBS stream running and like piping in the YouTube chat in here as well. Oh, sorry. Try to do it in the right order here. Let's do that. I've seen the composer for the earlier Donkey Kong games. Been talking about it. Like they used a lot of his like the early material, of course. Like the DK rap is in here. I heard in some form. So yeah, you know what? I should since I have the chat window on the left here. I should put the camera. like so. Or there's a bit of glare behind. That's a bit better, right? Perhaps some light on my face. Something like that. All right. And oh, you got Gentle. I'm very jealous. It happened to be the day after your final exam. That's a good examination gift for yourself. All right, so it's been some time since last I did anything around the Discord server, so I thought I'd start this stream, get people in some kind of update on what I'm doing right now, what I plan to do in this coming semester here. So, but I'll just sit here and then do some development work. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. If you want to write in the Discord chat, you can just write here, hi from the Discord chat, and it pops up on the stream here, so that's pretty neat. And I'm curious if you write, like, it censors the names by those who don't want their full tags to be here. So if I do like that, it just pops up like that. That's good to know. I will probably not play Half-Life 2 for some time. I'm pretty busy at the moment. So I came to, like, last thing that is up on the YouTube channel is like the last bit of the game, but I'm not sure if I made it public. I wasn't feeling that well during that last stint, since I played when I was really sick and not in a very good mood. But that was some time ago. Holy heck. That's more than half a year ago. But I want to play more other stuff. So I actually just started playing Earthbound. Let's see, open emu. This is a crazy game, with some crazy soundtrack and sound effects to it. Like, this is for the Super NES. And if you have played Super Smash Bros, you play as the main character here. You can play as him. I think it's called Ness, which is one of the trickiest characters in there, because you have like the lightning ball, which you can control and then shoot him. I should play Undertale. I feel that I have it on my Steam account, so I could do that. I could definitely play that. But the music for this game is out of this world. It's crazy. It's really cool. And the sound design is also really, really nice. So that's an idea that I would play that. But not today. Not today. And let's see. But I will definitely play Undertale for some time. But first of all, I want to give a bit of an update, and for myself as well, to just know where the heck are we with AMAPP. The music in Undertale is so good. It's really, really good. And the Earthbound soundtrack, I hadn't honestly listened to it. I hadn't heard it, so I was quite surprised by it. Let's see if I can move the chat here to that side. And all right, let's see. Perhaps if I move this chat just below me here or something like this. I don't really know where to put things. That should be good. So there's no like script here, so I'll try to figure out exactly where to take things. But in terms of AMAPP, we are currently in like the current public version that is out is, let's see, it's on the Discord. The current public is 0.3.5C, and I've started working on like the 0.4 version here, so this should be going out pretty soon. I'm also in the plans of doing a proper public release with AMAPP through Wise with Reaper's repack system. So we could actually check out install update. We'll go to the website. So they have quite a bit of quite an interesting system here for allowing developers to easily like share, to easily distribute a Reaper script to the Reaper like environment. And it is quite easy to follow, but it is a bit package editor. Here you go. So let's do this. Take it in the right order. Here you can upload the intended package here, and I'll need to figure out exactly what things should be entered here. Author name. Seems to be done in Markdown here, so it's good to know. Common mark syntax, yeah. And then external links, it's good to know. Add links, so our and here is version numbers. Yep. All platforms. Yeah, I haven't tried on Linux yet, so it's good to know. can't I exclude Linux? Like, that's unfortunate. And contents, what is this? Storage category. Sorry, I'm just zoning out here on exactly what we should do here. But I'll do this later, probably off stream. Like, there's no need to do this here. Yes. And then eventually, it's good to know. Like right now, AMAPP is a script inside of Reaper, so you just launch it through your what do you call it? Through your actions list here. So you just include it here. But eventually, this will instead be an extension running inside of Reaper. So now we have it running. We should just stop it, close. Which means that we can have it being more optimized towards all of the features and functionalities that it's going to be. So it's more integrated inside of Reaper's data and all of the features that Reaper comes with. So eventually AMAPP will become an extension and not only like this script that is currently. So my idea is that currently it's going to be like it's a test bed, like we're doing a lot of beta testing and trying out features that could be great for future with AMAPP. And then eventually it will be an optimized script inside of Reaper, which means that we can do some more advanced stuff. So for instance, right now we have a prototype of Reaper integrating stuff directly into Wise, which means that if you have a Wise project, let's see if you have a Wise project like this. Let's try that again. What happened? The window for selecting the Wise project disappeared here. So let's create a new project. Testing 2. So we have a Wise project here, and if you'd like to create a music system, let's just add a sound effect right now here. So what we do? A bass. Let's add it there. So that will become like an asset inside of Wise. We can. This now belongs to this cluster, and every cluster is an asset that you have inside of Wise. If you click implement, you can create a new set, which is like a collection of clusters, ABC, and then you add it to that. We click implement now. It has been saved. That's good to know. So we should save it. Here, resources, AMAPP, dev screen, test. So, and then we implement it. Let's add another one. so we can have like multiple layers here. Let's find our loops, like something like that, and keep it in the same here. And we'll create a new cluster for it so it becomes its own asset. So if we now connect these to the same layer and implement it, and we render those out, we just rendered it, and it turns up here inside of AMAPP. We have the audio, and we can see that it's inside of this project. We have the main music switch, and here inside of this switch here, the playlist, we have these two music that plays in sequence right now. But everything there is a bit like case specific. So currently there's no way to like control exactly what types of containers that will be created when you do these kind of things. But I have an idea for that, and they are called groups. You just play it here. You see that the bass plays, and after that the drum loop should play here. After it's played through the whole thing. And those are played like like dynamically. Is the intention here inside of this cluster. So that's the idea. They are here. So like the idea is to quickly move from your creative process inside of Reaper. So you're sitting here and you're setting up like a music system with like transitions between these kind of different phases. You save them inside of clusters, which then becomes assets inside of your game. And if you have Wise integrated with this, you just click implement, you set up your music system here, and then they will become implemented inside of Wise directly. And eventually the structure that we have inside of Wise here, I've been thinking a lot about this, and my idea is that eventually we should have all of these should be this whole structure here inside of this Wise project should be represented here inside of the AMAPP list here. So what I've been working quite hard on, and this is a big challenge for me because I've never done recursive list hierarchy population like this before. So it's a pretty fun problem, but it's new to me. So I'm trying to figure out how it works within AMAPP and within this program and application that we're doing. The idea is that you should be able to create as many children, like you have a list, and then inside of each of these you can create a group of them, and now they are part of this group, and inside here you can create another group. And it's just complaining here because of stuff. Oh yeah, we have some issues with bugs still. So this is a broken project right now. But that's the idea, like building a long tree of a music system, exactly how it should look like here. So in that case, you could actually create like a group. Let's create this again. So let's create a new project, and then don't worry about this one. Well, let's just open the previous. Let's not create. And then we take loops. Like so. And we have AMAPP here. We have saved the previous one here. And let's go with that one. And then this. So This one is a loop. B. There. And then we should save it. So we have it saved here. Yeah, well, the idea is that, like, okay, let's treat these in some kind of system. So these are connected somehow. Well, you do connect them inside of, for instance, a playlist container here. So that could be one way to organize your music system inside of AMAPP, is that you basically say, okay, inside of the structure that we have here, let's create a music container. We should create it like this. Let's see if we can rename it. Yes. So it should be something like this then. So AVC, yes, now it's represented here inside of AMAPP. This thing is represented here. And eventually we will be able to build like a whole music system within AMAPP and have that being represented at all times during production, which means that you can easily create music systems inside of Reaper and just implement them directly into Wise. And as a future thing, and I think this will be a lot more easier and a lot more optimized with having an extension that is built in C and C++ with Reaper. Eventually you can do a some kind of hook between Wise and AMAPP within Reaper, which means that it will be constantly updated with whatever you do here. So if you would change something here, let's say you would move this thing like so, whatever, then it should be updated here instantly. And if you would do something like that, okay, now we've created a new type of implementation here. This should, in theory, be possible to just update inside of AMAPP here as well. So you can just create some kind of implementation of that inside of Wise. Should be possible, but this is the idea with the stream here. I just wanted to try and do this kind of development on stream and then see if things work out. It will allow people who are interested in this work to join in and see a little bit of what's going on, and also just influence the development a bit as well. Should be pretty fun, and I like to have this kind of interactive thing going on here. It would be nice. So, but Jentel, what kind of games have you been playing so far on the Switch? If you're still around, that is. In the meantime, I'd like to open up the where do we have the GitHub desktop app? Let's not do any more on Wise. That's for later. Mario Kart World, of course. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I heard a lot of good things about it. And since the previous, which was it? Mario Kart 6? 5? The 4K version. Oh, cool. I suppose it looks pretty damn good on the new one as well. It's so big, like the new screen for it, like it looks so big. It's like an iPad almost. Mario Kart 8, that's it. Okay. Let's see, and this screen, perhaps we can put this over here. Where's the GitHub window? I can't find it. Where is the GitHub window? Is it over here? Let's close this for now. Here we have another bug, for instance. So not a bug, but it's just this is a feature, of course. Like the layout, the layout overlay for the Mario Kart World is actually an 8-hour jazz fusion album that comes with a racing game. Yeah, that's a pretty good description, I think. But it's like, yeah, they've done so many cool things in there. And it's so seamless. Like you don't really notice it, and I'm not really sure if you don't notice the transitions and everything that goes on in the music because you're so caught up in the game. But yeah, from what I've listened to, like it just sounds so smooth when everything like plays out. And it's part of that like arcade vibe that they actually have there. Like there's so many stuff going on the game all the time. You have these like you pick up the power-ups, and yeah, there's so much sound and constant feedback that goes on all the time. So it's really tricky to just stay focused on what's going on. Let's see. Where was I? Yes, the GitHub desktop app. I can't open it for some reason. There we go. So now we are here. So one thing, Tobias, if you are checking in later here, I've actually managed to solve a pretty radical bug here. Something is... Oh wait, they're down here. Pretty radical bug. So the bug when you have like several screen monitors that goes on, that you have, like it's very common to have several monitors, right? And also with Ludwig, you have the same problem. So when you have like a monitor, you have like a laptop, and then you have your secondary monitor or whatever on another screen, and then you move the and then you move AMAPP between the screens. It crashes the application, but it doesn't do that anymore. So I figured that out. I figured out what that was about, and I'm very, very pleased with that. I've finally understood what was going on there. I don't completely fully understand it yet, because when you don't have it, it just works fine, this fix. But when you have it, it solves that bug. So if you see this thing here, you have a main. It was caused by fonts being like it threw an error for some reason when you like moved a font, the window between two monitors with different scales, because the fonts were, I suppose they needed to update somehow, and when you moved it between the screens, somehow it didn't work. So with all of the like texts that were using some kind of default font, like for instance these buttons were throwing an error every single time. I suppose they weren't updated with the new font or whatever, with the previous default font. So what I did was just create like a default font that gets pushed in the beginning, and then every time that we create, like we need to change the font, we just push a new font over that, and then we pop it instantly. And that worked. That worked pretty good. So you just it's created over here. and then it's popped, like it's removed down here. It's a bit of a hack. Like, it doesn't feel like that's how you should do it, but that works right now. So that's all good. What else? What else? We have another thing. What could that be? Let's see. Currently, yeah. So the big thing that I'm working on right now is the grouping here. So it works right now, and if you create, let's see if you can, let's create a new ABC. So we have this one here. You should be able to create a new group there. So for instance, you can create groups within groups, which is very handy. Hi Javier, how are you doing? So, and then if you want to create like a new cluster in here, you can just select. Will this create it inside of the group? Yeah, it will create it inside of the group. If you do it here, yes, it's down there. So like you see, you can create groups within groups, and then you can create groups within groups within groups. So that's pretty cool. And you can move a group upside here, but as soon as you move a group right next to a group like this, we will get some kind of crash. And we have a call to the recur children function inside of this. So we get stuck in some kind of infinite loop here, which is no good, because then it will crash. Yeah, get some work done. I'm doing this thing here, streaming like publicly with the application here in the morning, and then in the afternoon for some time. After some time, I will do some kind of sang work. Is my plan here. But first of all, let's try to check out what we have here. Let's open this thing again so we can see that it's crashing at line 529. So we go here, and we can see that it's crashing because it tries to recursively populate and create a new graph with when the next group after a group has been created is a group, if that makes sense. Yeah, Gentle, let's talk later. I want to hear about your project that will come up with the game jam there. That's cool. Very cool. Very cool. You're almost done. Good stuff. Progress. All right. So let's see. 529. 4 parent index children. So it's crashing here. It's stuck here recursively. So why is it stuck here recursively? Children. Let's see first of all what we get if we look at children. So we need to table.serialize the children. This is the soundtrack for the Donkey Kong Bonanza. I haven't played the game yet, and I certainly haven't listened to the music, so I thought I'd play it in the background. Pretty good. And it's good to play. It's good to play game music as well in streams, so you don't get like copyright claims on it. All right, here we go. So we can see that it's definitely stuck in some kind of recursive loop here. And it's finding two children. Let's see. Why? I think it's interesting the like the Nintendo team. Yeah, all good, Javier. I'll see you around. Yep, see you around. I think it's interesting, like the Nintendo team has started including a lot more traditional Japanese instruments and styles in their soundtracks. Like they've mostly stuck to, before this, it feels like they've mostly stuck to more like traditionally Western instruments and styles, but now they're actually finding a voice, which is, yeah, it's very interesting. I love that. Let's see. But it's because if children are 0, so the reason we get here, we should just know, first of all, local I equals 0, and then we say I equals I plus 1, just to know that we are actually, what's going on, like what's the flow here. But my intuition says that since we are cycling through all the children inside of here, like we're going through first this one, and then we go to this one, and then it looks like we're doing the same thing again. But we shouldn't, but that shouldn't happen. Crash, yes, so we do one of the loop thingies if graph parent index does not equal nil. Then graph parent index dot children equals children. And the graph is the thing we're passing in. We're creating a new graph here. Yes. the graph is empty and we need to populate it with this structure. So we create a recur children function and we pass in the graph there. And since it's empty, first of all, this will just be empty. We could, we know what's going on here, so let's not worry about that. We could look at how this one looks. See if that tells us something. So we have started creating a structure here. So first we create, I don't remember exactly how it looked like. I'll see if I can see that on the other screen here. So, oh yeah, so we started out, so let's just write this down here. Textredigerare. Document. So the structure is ABC and then B, A, group, and then we go C, and then I think I create another group here. Yeah, like so. And then we created D, and then down here we created E, and then what we did was create a new group here with D, and then try to move this over here. So that's what happened. And now inside of the inside of the information that is stored inside of the list here, we have information on what parent each group has. We save the parents here. And we store the parents. We pass in the parents here and then we call it children. That must be wrong. That must be wrong. No. All right, so here's what's going on. We have parents here. We pass in, then it's called children. And the children we pass into here. But the children is not stored. The children is not stored like that. Instead, it is stored like this. So first of all, we pass in parents here. I'm thinking so hard right now. Parent index. Let's update this here so I'll see what's going on. First of all, I'll try to figure out exactly the thought process when I created this. And here's the problem, like I can't remember if I did this completely on my own or if I used some kind of AI tool for this. Because if I use an AI tool, this is probably not something that I can have a deep understanding of. But if I created myself, then I had a purpose probably with this. But this is like, this does not look like AI scripting. This looks like I made this. Which makes me confused. We can do this. Let's just make sure we know, what do we want to know? First of all, we want to know, we can't know, like the stack overflow happens and then we can't really see, we can't just print out this, that's good. I just wanted to see exactly what we passed in the first time, and if we print out a lot stuff inside of the recursive function, it would just populate the whole debug window with the same thing, and the first things will just get overwritten there. So let's see, okay, here. This is what we passed in. Let's remove it. So here it claims that we have 3 clusters that are parents. And that's true. This one, and this one. Those 3 are parents. After that, we go in here. Now we've called them children, which is wrong. But let's just pretend that it's right. And then we take the parents then. We should just first of all call them. We shouldn't do this. We should rename them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Recur. We should just do this and call it parents. Graph parent index. So what are we doing here? We are creating a graph with all of the parents. And then referring to what children they have. Yeah, that makes sense. And it works when we have children before, like when we have clusters with no children before we have a cluster with children in them. And then we take the parents each of the parents do we create a parent children? No, here we don't. We start populating the cluster here. The graph here. What is going on there? Alright, so we should just look at what does that look like as well. Graph. Alright, I have a call coming in. Wait a second. I'll have to wait. Okay. So we'll do that and then print out a new one. So now we can see I've started populating the graph already. Let's hide that one. I've started populating the graph already. So this thing comes in here. And then inside of the graph, we take the parent index of all the parents that we have. Wait. Children. This was called children before. We have created a group of all of the parents. We've created a table with all of the parents that we find We go through all of the clusters first of all, and then we see, do we have a parent GUID? If we have a parent GUID here, we know that this cluster has a parent. Great. So that means we first of all want to know parents. What's going on? Parent GUID index. Then we know the index of the parent inside of the list. And supposedly we have the parents. Supposedly we have the parents here, all of the parents. And they are 3. Here it says like the indices of them are 4, 6, and 7. I mean, the first group should be this one. But it's not. Perhaps this needs to be reconsidered. That it might not have anything to do with the order. But still, now I'm thinking. Now I'm thinking very deeply here. All right, first of all, I need a break. I need to make a call. So I'll just let the stream go on and then hide the camera here and mute myself. So I'll be right back in a second. Okay, so I should wrap this morning up a little bit, and then I'll be joining back here in the afternoon. So I need to have some lunch right now. But I just wanted to see a little bit of what's going on here, because first of all, we have created two things. One is called parents and one is called graph. In graph, this cluster, which is called A, B, C, in our structure right now, has index 1, which is correct. And then in the bottom, we have this cluster, which has index E, which has the name E, and it's the index 8. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's correct. So what this thing does here in the beginning is just to create the root structure of the whole of this whole thing. But then we start going in here, and we have created a new list. Let's see. We've started creating the graph. No, the parents here. In the parents here, we are writing out all of the clusters that have children in them. And that includes one that we already have. But when we look for that GUID, can we find it? It's 818 here. It's not here, it's not here, and it's not here. So now we have an issue of why do we have 3 parents? Why do we have 3 parents in here when we should only have like 2 parents? Curiously, this is let's see. Welcome, Ikovlina. This is Donkey Kong Bonanza. I'm having this on while I'm doing some development for my application, music application. So when you write adaptive music in games, you want to structure it up in an adaptive way, like dynamic way. And I thought I would have some game music on in the background while I'm doing this. And I'm just currently working on some issue here just before lunch. So perhaps I should just go get some lunch, have a fresh mind, come back here and see if I can figure out what's going on here. So the problem here is that we're having the same signifier here twice. 4, 6. Like the indices confuses me here. This one is correct. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you, Colina. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 4, 5. So this index should be 5. Then it says index 6 and index 7. Where do we get them? We get them from here. We get them from there. But do we only get them? Perhaps we should just redo it and look what happens before we get here. Because my suspicion right now is that something happens when we move the clusters inside of the list. And we have edit render cluster. Is that it? Is that where we move it? No, not really. No. So the movement of the render cluster. Happens yes, for sure. That's a really good plan. I'll definitely take some lunch, get a fresh mind. It's probably like it's usually like this with debugging, right? You have a problem. You can't for the life of yourself understand what is going on and what happens. Reorgan. Cluster. How do you move them now again? It's in cluster list. Recur cluster list. Somewhere down here. We do the movement here, reorder items. This is where we reorder them. And then we update cluster X project state. So here we update with the new index. So perhaps there's something wrong at this bit here. Perhaps. Yes. Okay. That's good for now. I'll close the stream, but I'll be back in like 1 hour or something like this. Yes. By the time you start, you overcomplicate stuff. Usually the case. That's usually the case. But thanks for hanging out. I'll be back in about an hour, and then play some more game music, trying to figure out this bug. All right.